This week, I'm going to show you how I finger detangle on wet hair for max length retention. So let's get into it. Hello my YouTube family, it's NowIamNappy and I'm back. And last week I showed you guys how I finger detangled on dry hair. And this week I'm going to show you how I do so on wet hair. I do want to set the premise though, it's always good to start off on dry hair initially. Just remove any shed hair. So I'm actually going to do just that. Just as I would if I was just gonna finger detangle on dry hair. At this stage, I'm not actually detangling, I'm just removing any excess shed hair from my strands and putting it into a section so we can easily finger detangle our hair under warm water. So let's get into that, okay? So I'm going to be using my Now leave-in conditioner and my hibiscus shea base styler. You can use one, the other, both. I'm just going to show you how to do so using both because y'all know I'm obsessed with both products. If you have any other detangler for yourself, that's also a great way to do this. But again, at this stage, we're actually not detangling. We're just removing any shed hair and prepping our hair so that we can fully detangle in the shower. So again, at this point, I'm just separating the strands to remove any shed hair so that they easily fall out. This works very well, especially if your hair is really tangled. But just take your time, and once the shed hair has been fully removed, you can put it into one large twist. I'm actually only going to show you half of my hair because I want to show you what I do under the shower. If my hair is not extremely tangled and I just want to jump into wash day, it's very similar to this, but I'll show you both versions if your hair is not severely tangled. So I'm going to go in section by section on this side of my hair. I'm going to be using the hibiscus and shea butter leave-in conditioner. Y'all know this also has a really good amount of slip. It's light, it's moisturizing. The strands can easily, again, just glide out. Any shed hair is easily removed. Take your time. If you notice, I'm pulling apart or separating the hair so that way it becomes pliable and is able to be put into a twist so we can go ahead and hop in the shower. Alright, now that one side is finished, let's go ahead and hop in the shower and I can show you how to wet finger detangle on loose hair as well as hair that is already in large twists. So the key when it comes to detangling with wet hair is to first thoroughly saturate your hair with water. Now at this point I'm using pretty warm water and I'm going to make sure my strands get thoroughly saturated for at least 5 minutes. Now y'all, I have low porosity hair, so this step is actually really important. During this process, I'm separating the hair to make sure all sections of my hair get wet and not just the top, but making sure underneath gets soaking wet. You see me parting the hair, making sure everything gets nice and hydrated. Doing this step also helps you to elongate and direct the hair in the direction you want, which is downward, so it's easier to remove any tangles from your hair. After about 5 minutes and my hair is thoroughly saturated, I'm going to go in now and part the hair section by section and put it into large twists. Now this section should be actually rather easy because we're using the force of the water to help us create these parts. So these parts should be very easy to separate, you guys, because again, I'm using the water pressure and I'm just gently finger detangling right here, removing any excess shed hair. And then I'm going to put this into a large twist. Go ahead and do that for each section of your hair. I'm going to have about 5 twists on each side of my hair. Alright, so once that is done, I go in and shampoo my hair like I normally would. And y'all, I'm using my purple shampoo. Go ahead and lather it up first on the scalp and then right down the length of your hair. You know, I stress the importance of having clean hair, which is the foundation so that your products can absorb and properly benefit your hair. After you rinse out your shampoo, I'm going to go in with my Oat & Deep Conditioner. Now it's actually in this particular step that I'm going to be finger detangling my hair. So first I just apply the deep conditioner to each side, saturating both sides pretty well, and then parting one side and working directly on the back. So I'm doing the back section right here, and y'all, the Oat & Deep Conditioner has a ton of slip. I'm just really right now raking it through my strands to make sure every strand gets coated. And y'all, let me tell you, the tangles are literally falling out of my hair. But on areas and sections that I need a little bit more help, I really can't stress the importance, again, of using that water to reactivate that slip. I just dunk that section under that warm water and then break my hair down into sections and begin finger detangling. Now, in the previous video, a lot of you guys asked, what about the roots? And I thought I did a good job, but I really want to show you guys how I'm detangling the roots of my hair. So after initially getting the tangles out of the bottom of my strands in like a comb-like motion, and divide the hair in a small enough piece in which it can be detangled. I'm going to rake my fingers down each strand. I'm going to focus on the front section and then the back section, underneath, everywhere to make sure that the section is detangled. Remember one thing, when you're using your fingers, you can really feel the knot. You can feel when a section is not thoroughly detangled. Now, one of the great things by using the water and conditioner, the slip helps those strands to just easily glide out. So I'm going to go in each section and continue to do that. First, making sure that the bottom is easily detangled, and then working my way up to the top using that raking like motion. Now y'all, when it comes to the top section of my hair, this is probably my most problematic section of my hair. This is where I suffered from CCCA, and so the hair responds very, very differently. When it comes to this section, you guys, I still apply that conditioner and water, but if you notice, I kind of pull apart the hair at the roots to make sure that the section starts to get detangled. Right now, I'm basically like loosening up the strands at the roots. I know some people mentioned about webbing. By putting on the conditioner and then doing this, it helps to pull apart and easily detangle your hair. I just do that each section by section until my hair is detangled, and then I use my fingers like combs again and then run it down the length of the strands until the hair is detangled. One of the things I want to stress, y'all, when it comes to finger detangling your hair will probably never be perfectly every strand out and perfectly detangled, but it needs to be detangled enough that you're not causing single strand knots and further issues down the line. And y'all, I want to stress about taking your time and really being patient with your hair. As you do this more often, then it'll be a very easy and relaxing process. Put on some good music and enjoy the step. Now, one thing what I'm doing is after I separate the hair, I'm bantu knotting the ends around themselves so that they do not retangle while my hair is wet. So continue for that whole side, and on the other section of my hair, y'all, I'm basically doing the same exact thing. There is less shed hair in this section because I did this process in the pre-poo step or the first step. But go ahead and make sure your hair again is thoroughly saturated. Add your conditioner, add the water, y'all. The water really creates more slip with this process. And then use your fingers again to first detangle the bottom strands and then rake all the way to the front. You can separate your hair using that pull apart method that I use up top. That will help to initially break up some of those tangles, especially if your hair is very, very tangled. Y'all, total time for me detangling was 45 minutes in the shower. And now that I have all my twists here, I'm going to wash up my body and then steam for about 40 minutes and then rinse out and style my hair. Okay, so after I rinsed out the conditioner, y'all, I just put my hair into big twists using my hibiscus and shea leave-in and styler. And y'all, this is the twist out. It's not super defined. I probably only put like 10 twists in. But let me know down below some of your tips that you have for finger detangling. Let me know if you've ever tried finger detangling before, your thoughts on it, or if you're a brush detangler, also let me know why. And if you want to learn how I finger detangle on dry hair, make sure you check out last week's video on the screen. But that's it for this week. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.